Me interesa.
Creado Corea del Norte. O sea, ¿por qué hay dos Coreas? Porque en Corea del Norte hay un dictador que los norcoreanos creen que es una especie de semidios. O sea, ¿cómo hemos llegado hasta aquí? Es una intro súper cortita, pero aquí tenéis una barrita por si la queréis pasar, ¿vale? Es 15 de agosto de 1945 y Japón se rinde. Se rinde porque la
Here
gratuita y merece muchísimo la pena, de verdad.
Gracias.
Tenía la duda. Un podcast de Judith Tiral.
Ahí está. La barrita y ahí está la barrita y se pone.
First of all, I wanted to say thank you, Harry, for saying yes to the interview.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much. I thought that maybe for the beginning, we can talk about like when you were a kid.
So I was grown up in a very like ordinary family. So my life was very normal. Like I hang out with my friends every day and I go to school. I didn't really know about the outside of North Korea. Life in North Korea is, I think,
Qué loco, ¿no?
it's kind of similar to like compared to, you know, underdeveloped countries. Just that the technologies and the development is kind of low. That's why people sometimes starving and, you know, it's kind of tough environment to live. It's a kind of normal life in North Korea. Yeah.
What was the name of
¿Qué será
the
mejor,
city?
Argentina o Norcorea?
Or you were living in a little town?
I lived in a very northern part of North Korea. So the weather is so cold. The city is Hamgyong province.
mira,
I
mira,
cannot
mira.
say the specific city area because
If you say the specific, like, will you be on
Con
like,
la
in
familia.
trouble, or?
I think there's a kind of possibility if they watched my video. For me, if I don't say the city name, maybe it's gonna be okay because my face is kind of changed and I grow more, so people is not gonna really recognize me.
Yeah.
Since I don't say my specific, you know, hometown or family name, it's gonna be okay.
Mirá como el tipo, ya estando fuera y todo, obviamente para cuidar a la familia. Así que imagínate las familias del pelado que vimos ayer, que los prendió fuego a todos. Imagínate, ¿no?
Your city had, like, was it pretty to look at it? Do you have like museums, sculptures, or not?
It's not really a well-made city. Like, so if one of the Kim family coming to our city, they're gonna decorate the street and decorate the building. They make buildings, new buildings, for showing show to the Kim family.
When you said that when you were a kid,
Para mostrar a la familia.
you were in North Korea and you were going to school, can I ask you how are like the schools? What are they like?
I mean, it's a school, so there's a classroom and there's students and the teachers. You know, we have very like the textbook, you know, but it's not really good quality textbook. We use like 5 years or 3 years, you know.
Por las dudas.
Oh, yeah, it's the same textbook every year?
Yeah. So it's if there is a 10th subject, we get only like 4 or 5 textbook. So we borrow from other friends.
Ah, okay.
So it's very not good environment for students. And if you want to fix something in the classroom, we have to do it and we have to pay it. So there's no system the government offer to school.
Mirá vos.
When you're in the school, do they talk about the United States?
No.
Or like, did you know that Spain exists or not?
Of
you
course.
Know? Ah, okay. So they were teaching you like geography.
We have a geography class.
And they were like, look at this, you can't go. You're
So there's a saying that we taught, like, your feet is stepping on North Korea, but you see outside of North Korea. So this kind of saying is very famous. So even if you cannot leave North Korea, you have to know all around the world. Really, you
Tampoco te
cannot
puedes,
move, but you have to.
Tampoco te pueden decir, no, no hay nada, porque... ¿No? Algún mito llegará de, mirá que en las playas que está el barbed wire, que Hay cosas después de eso. ¿Qué? No puede ser. En los libros no estaba eso.
Study about outside of North Korea.
Normal classes, like geography.
I think it's all about like soccer.
Oh,
Al fútbol.
like Messi.
Yes.
But you can watch soccer? No. In North
Yeah, we
Korea?
can watch soccer.
Ah, yes.
So they don't really making bad image of European culture because we didn't really connection. We didn't have a connection, so they don't really filter the information. Or we watch the soccer videos, like Olympics and everything. But sometimes Japan, United States, South Korea, they are very kind of sensitive about showing these three countries.
You want to fight the sworn enemy, Americans.
What if I told you I'm an American? Do you want to shoot me too?
Yes.
Maybe you can watch a Barça soccer
Mm-hmm.
thing, but you can't watch a Korean drama or listen to K-pop, no?
It's very strict, but we still watch.
Creo que hubo una noticia en la cual había gente de Corea del Sur que estaba enviando como unos globos de estos que se usan para el clima y esas cosas, ¿viste? Y de esa manera estaban llegando pequeñas cargas con música coreana del sur, con telenovelas, digamos, de lo que es K-drama, ¿no? K-pop, y estaban pasando partes de su cultura, ¿no? Y había gente que lo miraba, obviamente, debe haber gente que tiene ciertos artefactos, ciertas cosas para ver, ¿no? Y creo que mataron a un montón de gente en Norcorea porque terminaron descubriendo que tenían estos medios digitales y los terminaron haciendo concha. Bueno, ahí está la noticia, no nos mataron, pero bueno, 12 años de trabajo forzoso. Que pueden morir haciéndolo, ¿no?
Ah, yes.
No estaba leyendo,
So you
no estaba leyendo el título, estaba hablando y no estaba leyendo.
know that, so people from North Korea know what was like in South Korea. They have different clothes, different. What kind of subjects do you have in school?
So you study history in school, right? But there's more subject about history. It's about the Kim family. So there's a history of the grandfather and the father. I don't know now if there is a Kim Jong-un's history.
También,
but,
obviamente van a tener.
When I was there, like we studied 3 subjects about Kim family.
Kim Jong-un, they teach you that he's like a kind of like a god or not?
They don't use exact words God, but mostly it's very same with like Bible. It's not realistic story. Like one of them was young, like 5 years old. Like he ride a horse, something like that. So it's very unreal and it's really hard to believe, but people just believe it. Like
Your parents, did they believe that? Or when you are in the house, you are like,
Muy buena pregunta.
there's a group, like some people they really like trust them, but some people they're just pretending. So it's very it's about your life because if you
Es-
do
es
that
sobrevivir.
like, in public, like you're gonna be arrested. Even your family is gonna be in jail because of that.
Claro,
So
se
that's
cuidan.
why we
Cualquier error.
are really careful about saying about that. We need to have very strong relationship if we want to talk about it.
do you think people in North Korea know that they are living under the dictatorship?
We call them like the guider, like who guide the way. We call them like leader.
El líder, pa.
He knows everything,
Él lo
where
sabe.
we have to go.
Él sabe todo,
If
pa.
we want to live a good life, we have to follow his way. We cannot say that he's a president or king or God, but like guider, like, who knows the way.
Echa un zape.
And you think that people deep inside were thinking, but he's a dictator, or not?
I think they know he's a dictator because they just, grandfather, dad, and grandson. It's too obvious that they are dictators, but we don't really say it on the public. A lot of people think like all North Korean people know about the real history, but I think most of them really don't know about
¿En
the
serio?
truth.
Wow. Pero que lograron que la gente no se anime a hablar nada, ¿no? Que ni siquiera saben realmente cómo son las cosas dentro de su país, ¿entendés? No saben ni cómo es la realidad. Porque claro, nadie el que lo sabe no se anima ni a contarlo, a decirlo, ni nada para no ponerse en riesgo él o su familia.
So they just live like that. He said something in front of me, like when he was watching the news about Kim Jong-un. So he said like this pig is he's even younger than me and he's ruling the country. I got really offended about him because I was like, oh, I have to trust him, like he's the only one.
Like, is it true that you know that they go around with cars and with messages like Kim Jong-un is the best one, Kim Jong-un is amazing? Is that true?
Some area, like there's a huge
Para incentivar,
speaker
¿no?
on the building and people just hear about the propaganda. Our main street, in the square area, like there's a,
All the time? Like going on?
I mean, morning to afternoon. So
Wow. And people are there like, listening? No.
you don't really care.
Okay, you just
It's
go
like,
by.
yeah. It's just, normal life.
El líder es grande, el líder es sabio. Respétenlo. O no quedará un
In Spain,
resabio.
we always heard like Kim Jong-un killed his brother. Kim Jong-un killed everybody. Those news, they arrived to the people in North Korea, or you didn't know?
Only news channel we have is only one from the government. We don't have an individual journalist in North Korea, so
No,
we
me
cannot
imagino.
get the direct information. So it's always filtered by the government.
And in that channel,
Leader.
what do they talk about?
They only talk about the positive things. So they're not gonna tell about the real information, but we heard through people. So it's not really fact information, but it's kind of rumor. So having a brother in another country, like Kim Jong-un's brother, is also a secret. They don't really tell people about Kim Jong-un has a brother, so it's also a secret. But when I was in North Korea, people are talking that he has a brother in another country.
Do you think it's changing? I know that before they were giving like food for everybody, no? Like a racionamiento.
Yeah,
But they stopped doing that, right? So it's not like socialism anymore. Like you have to work and pay for your own
Yeah.
food, right?
that's like maybe 30 years ago. Like it's 1994, the year everything was stopped.
You ever hungry?
So that was when my mom came to jail. For 2 years, like my two sisters, they were like a week without my mom. So they don't know how to get money and how to survive. So we only ate like corn. We called it corn rice. You crush the corn and make a rice. And there's still people who are starved to death on the street. Like if you get some kind of illness or if you cannot work, there's no insurance and everything. Yeah.
And the hospitals are good.
Like when I came to South Korea, I was like, oh my god, like, everything is so different.
Do you remember the first time
Qué
that
locura,
you see, like you arrived
Ahora
to
vamos a
China?
Everything was very different. Like people just wasting food. We have a culture like you don't have to. You cannot waste food because farmers working so hard. So that's why we have to be appreciative. Got a kind of culture shock. The buildings and everything is very different and a lot of lights on the street. For us, like we don't really have electronics in our country, so
Mirá
it's
lo que-
very limited. But
¿Ves?
I think I also thought that is kind
Estas son las imágenes que te muestran, bueno, de noche, ¿no? Que hay luz en la ciudad donde llevan el tour y después no tienen ni luz.
of wasting
Wasting energy.
energy because we didn't have it. So that's why. What if we can share the electronics to our, North Korean friends?
So you are used to share everything, no?
If we don't share, it's really hard to
imagino,
survive
claro.
because sometimes you don't have a food that you can eat on the day. So you have to borrow from the neighbors.
And everybody shares?
Yeah, you share this time and you get it next time. So this kind of culture.
When was like the turning point? Like, when did you think, this is not, I have to escape?
Actually, I didn't escape by my own
vimos ayer.
decision. I followed my mom, so I didn't even prepare about leaving North Korea and my friends. So I didn't say goodbye to them. But the turning point was when I came to South Korea during the history class, and I realized, Korean War. Actually, like we thought that in North Korea, like South Korean people started the war, but actually, in fact, North Korea has started the war.
Why did your mom want to escape?
My mom has a family, some family member in China, so she often go to China, and then she has a connection in China, also
yeah.
like South Korea. During the war, there's a people who separated,
Claro.
North and South. My mom's job was helping them to be connected. So when you go to border of North Korea, you can use Chinese cell phone, so you can call outside of North Korea.
So your mom was going out, trying to get a cell phone and trying to help people from North Korea to get in touch with people. Wow, your mom's amazing.
Yeah, actually, she is really professional about this kind of field. But then she got caught. So we usually don't use passport to go China. So we just cross the river without any, identification. So when you caught, you have to go jail. So something like that. My mom went to jail for about 2 years. My family had a very tough time because we didn't have our mom. So that's why we escaped, and there is no going back to North Korea. So.
And when that happened, what did the police, did they go to your house and ask you
When you committed a crime in North Korea, they often come to your house and check everything. So some people are spying us. So she knows there's secrets, in the border city. So she knows the people who can help us. So that's why we were trying to cross the river,
No
but
tienen
then
internet, che, de
every
repente
policeman in the city
tener un
was
teléfono
trying
ya
to
es un
find us.
problema.
And there's wanted posters on the street, and our pictures are on the street, and so we couldn't go outside in a day. So we moved another city, and then we can finally escape to North Korea.
your sister is still there?
10 years ago, if you go to China, it's not really serious crime. Like my mom, you only go to jail 2 years, right? But now you're gonna be killed on the public.
A la mierda.
It's very kind of got serious crime.
Your dad is still in Korea too? In North Korea?
Oh, my dad passed away when I was very young. So
Okay.
yeah.
When you escape and you arrive to South Korea, do they have things to help people that run away from North Korea?
Debe haber
Do
algo, ¿no?
you have any help from the government or maybe associations or organizations?
From South Korea?
Yes.
I think they only can help North Koreans once they left China. They cannot help North Koreans in China because Chinese government is
Por
not
eso no es tan
really
estricta la
positive
frontera del
about
norte.
it, helping North Koreans. Since we are in Southeast Asia, for example Laos, Thailand, then they can help North Koreans as a refugees. So that's why there's a refugee camp in Bangkok, Thailand. We had to go by ourselves to Bangkok.
Claro. El gobierno se ve que por diplomacia no se mete, no da al gobierno chino, ¿no?
Right. And then South Korean government can help us find the freedom. So we have to go very long journey.
So you went from China to Bangkok?
Yeah.
And there you stayed in a refugee camp?
Mm-hmm.
What was it like?
So actually, as a North Korean, I didn't really see a lot of foreigners. I mean,
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
When was the first time you see a white person or a black person?
yeah. So actually, I saw someone when I was on trip like in North Korea. I saw some tourists in the bus, and that was my first image. And then I thought like, oh, they're so tall, and then so everything, this kind of images. But then in the refugee camp, very diverse people, like of course white people, black people, and very diverse, people. And I was so overwhelmed. I mean, they're so tall, and I was so little at the moment, like teenage. So the weather was so hot, so people they don't really wear clothes.
They are strong.
Yeah, and I was so like, oh my god, like, why they're so like giant? Yeah,
You thought they were like huge.
Yeah, huge and sometimes very hairy. Yeah, so, but it was really good. But they were nice,
For how long did you stay there?
I think I was in Thailand for about 3 months.
Tanto en pija en el campo con un
Then
calor,
you
boludo.
to South Korea?
Yeah.
And when you arrive here, how does it work? Like they come to pick you up. Wait, you fly from China to Bangkok?
No, I follow the brokers and we use cars and walking through the mountains and we river, There's a river between Thailand and Laos. I don't know the name, but it's very famous for elephant, not alligator. So we have to cross the river, and there's some people who died of the process. Because the river is very fast, but the boat is very tiny. If you do like this, you're gonna just...
Oof, so you escaped from North Korea, and that's almost impossible, but even after that, you have to do so many difficult things.
You have to walk through the mountains like 6 hours. There's a jungle, and there's no really good way to work. So we only follow the brokers, but during the process, they sometimes ask money, and then...
More?
Yeah, and then they were like, if you want to go, you have to pay more. So this kind of things happening a lot. It's not easy. Only when you get to refugee camp, you can say it's safe.
When you arrive to Seoul, how does it work? Like somebody comes to
como
pick
el
you
tapón
up
del
from the
área,
airport and they take you to a social house or something?
Yeah, they took us right away when we land in Incheon airport. And then we go some kind of, there's a like Korean FBI, something. There's a building, like very secret area. They took us there and we do, interviews like for 2 months.
¡Hola, mierda!
After,
Why?
because they have to figure out that we are
Agentes.
like spy or something, so that's why we stayed there like 2 months. And then after they figured out that I'm safe, they send us like other camp, and then they teach the cultures and languages.
It's not the same language?
I mean, like, it's kind of similar, but South Koreans use a lot of English, so especially for people who have to find a job, they need to learn about basic things about computers. And
You said like most of the people believe that he's a
La
good
era moderna,
dictator
boludo.
and that he's going to change everything. But when something like that happens, when they see that people are trying to escape and they get mad. And
Como Robert cuando descubrió los
say,
videojuegos.
"Come back."
Es todo un mundo, ¿entendés? Se abrió un mundo ahí. Imagínate, boludo. No tenés acceso a internet, a la luz, a, no sé, una heladera, esas cosas, boludo. A nada.
I kill him.
Todo un mundo
That
nuevo.
doesn't make people like suspect that something is going on. Like, if he was a good person, maybe I could go out and go to China and, you know?
In a modern society, we have people, you know, like for example, like political party. Some people trying to maintain the system, but some people trying to change the system, right? North Korea is the same, like. But now it must be like 50-50, and then they're gonna fight. But it's like 70-30%, so it's not gonna be changed. So I remember a person, he was trying to crack the statue, the Kim family, like with a knife on the public. Like he was trying to crack the statue, and he was like cursing them a lot. But then the people who stopped him was not a policeman, it was the people who were walking through the statue. So if you go to protest, and then people should follow them, but people are stopping them. So that's
Porque
the problem.
son agentes,
I know
boludo.
that everybody asks you about the bad things, but do you
En
miss
el video que
something?
vimos ayer, tipo, por ejemplo, el que estaba ahí, los que estaban tirando. Todos son todos policías de encubierto, boludo. Que obviamente al lado de los turistas hay mucho más, pero debe haber una banda igual metidos en la sociedad en general.
Think about North Korea?
You know, when you're having a tough time, or when you need someone talk to everything without hesitation, is like your friend who are grown up together, right? Very long time. And then, yeah, I think I miss friends. It's not because that they are North Koreans. It's because I grew up with them.
Is there like a way to contact somebody in North Korea? No.
Oh, if you have money, you can. You can also send letters.
Carta recibida por una asociación que ayuda a alimentar familias. Vivimos esperando que cada año sea mejor, pero ante la realidad cada vez más dura no se explica con nada. Es una miseria tan ilimitada que toda la población sufre hambre. Ahora es común en todas partes ignorar a una persona que yace muerta en la calle y que a nadie le importe.
I got a letter from my niece, my sister's daughter.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
The family gave money to the policeman?
Not policeman.
Oh.
There's a person who delivers letters.
But
If we pay enough.
can I ask, just for curiosity, how much is enough? Like, how much do they ask for?
So you cannot really ask only letters. You have to ask them like with sending money. So you send money, some amount, and then you can ask extra about, you know, getting letters. It was like $100.
Did you? I don't know if it's normal here. Like in Spain, everybody goes to therapy all the time. I go to my therapy every week. Is it normal here in Korea to go to therapy?
I mean, mental health therapy?
Yes.
Oh.
Did you go? Because it's heavy, what you went through?
Yeah, I think like even like 10 years ago, it's not a thing, but now it's getting better about mental care system, especially for North Korean people. I think I needed it 10 years ago, but now I'm fine. Because like even like 7 years ago, I got like panic attack when I go to public, especially in the subway or during the exam. I couldn't breathe like sometimes, and then especially in the subway, I sometimes have to get out of a train because I couldn't breathe, and so that was kind of problem at the moment. But I was so busy to go to school, so I couldn't.
There's one question that I always ask the people that I interview. That is that if you had the chance to see yourself when you were a kid, and you could say something to you, like a life lesson or advice, what would you say to yourself?
Showing your feelings. Yeah, I think that would be what I want.
Ah, that's beautiful.
Yeah. When I was young, like actually my family is not really normal family, so I didn't have a father, and so I sometimes have to be very careful about doing something, because when I fight with some friends, like their father just came to me, and you know, this kind of things makes me so small at the moment. Because like North Korea society is very like, there is no sex equality. So mostly like man has more power. Something like
so
that.
your mom couldn't defend you.
Something like that. If you don't have a guy, like man who protect your family, mostly it makes me so small. And then when I fight with someone, like I can be like trouble for my family. So I tend to hide my feelings, and my two sisters were busy with their boyfriends. And my mother was busy to work. So I was kind of alone. So I sometimes used to live with my mom's friend house and my neighbors, and my teenage years were not very stable. So I always have to see people's reaction when I'm eating, and everything was so kind of tough. So it's it became my habit since now, because now I'm still like don't know how to angry to people. Like I don't know how to fight or something like that. This kind of habit is really hard to change. When there's a time that you have to say something directly, even if it ruined their feelings, but I cannot say that until now. So
you are scared of conflict.
Sorry?
You avoid confrontation.
Yeah, even if I say something to them and I told them that I'm angry, but they don't take it as a serious problem. So that is very tiring. So
Chabón no sabe cómo
I
decir.
wanted to tell him when I was 10, like, you need to learn about, express your feeling.
Oh, I asked to you so many questions. I'm so sorry.
It feels like very short time. It was fun. It was fun.
Yes, or it's because you are not saying your.
Huh?
You think so, or it's because you are not saying what you really think?
Estuvo buena la entrevista, ¿no? Estuvo buena la entrevista, ¿ah?